Pisces. Ooh, the 12th and final sign of the zodiac. And with that, gosh, there are so many things to say about every single sign. But considering that when you look at a chart and you look at the different houses 1 through 12, which correlate with the 12 signs of the zodiac, we're talking Western astrology here. With Pisces being the 12th and final house, this is the house of spirituality. It's also the house of illusions, delusions, selflessness, self-sacrifice. It builds, every house builds on the next. And so every sign builds on the next. And so with Pisces being the end of the astrological year and the end of that cycle, always happening, at least in the northern hemisphere, in winter time, so that seasonal death and rest and inward motion, there tends to be kind of like an association with the Christ consciousness. And with Pisces, it has been through every stage in that life cycle. So there's an understanding and a compassion, and a level of compassion and a level of patience that is just very natural for Pisces to embody and to be. Forgiveness tends to be easier for Pisces than other signs. And Pisces is gentle. Pisces is feminine. It's from the water element. The symbol is of two fish swimming in opposite directions, but they're attached to each other. And so there can be a tendency for Pisces to want to come and be around others, but then there's a tendency to get away and to escape as well, and an ability to go really, really deep. So you can be at the surface level, though you probably won't like to hang out there all the time. You can come up to the surface for sure. And, you know, with that, like in conversation would be more talking about the weather, like surface level conversation. You can do it, but your real tendency is to be able to dive into those depths and to understand that we are all one. You don't see the separation as easily. And that can be such a beautiful gift, and it can also be really challenging as well. So this is where the empaths come in. This is also where escapism can come in. And so every single sign has a shadow side and an illuminated side, or at least that's the phrasing I've used to talk about these things, because I don't think one is good or bad necessarily. We all have two sides to us, every single one of us. And so every single sign has two sides, and both are beautiful and both are necessary in order for that specific evolution to take place. So with Pisces, this ability to feel all of it, to sense into other people and their emotions, their fears, their dreams, their beauty, their pain. You can do this also with animals. You can do this with spirit. You have a very strong connection to spirituality. If those things don't feel like they're your strength, or there might be times in your life where instead of reaching towards the spirituality and the creative arts as a means of moving emotions through you, because you are a sponge and you do absorb a lot. There can also be a tendency at times with Pisces to want to escape. And so escaping can be all kinds of different forms. And some escapes are more beneficial or positive to your well-being than others. And so that's where sometimes Pisces can get caught in a trap of either using and drinking, or partaking in substances. There can be a tendency for extremes at times with Pisces if they're feeling imbalanced, and like they might want to completely run and hide. And a lot of the times it's due to the sensitivity that you have, and I mean that in a beautiful way. I don't mean that in like an old stereotypical like weak way. Like being sensitive does not mean weak. Being sensitive means you can sense things. And you can sense a lot. And it can be overwhelming. So some other ways of escaping that Pisces might fall or feel pulled to could be playing music, dancing, being out in nature, having strong spiritual practices. These are really, really beneficial, everything in moderation, but beneficial to the Piscean soul. So that's just a really short little intro overview of Pisces and the energy that sign has. And I will see you guys in the next video.